Behind this boarded up window is what I consider to be the most important room in the chateau. This is my office. So why is the window boarded up? Well, gradually we are taking all the windows down to be restored, but we are doing this in lots rather than everything together so that we're not just completely plunged into darkness in these coming winter months. So this window was taken down a couple of weeks ago as part of the restoration works for the ground floor windows. It has returned from the workshop today and is going to be installed. But this is just the first step for making my office more usable, because since we arrived, we haven't had proper electricity in there. There is no lights. This week, that is all about to change. Well, light has finally returned to the bureau with the installation of the restored windows and shutters. These are the original 18th century windows and shutters. You can see that the ceiling height is quite low. I can actually touch the wood paneling. Why is that? Well, remember, Pernon has secret floors. In French, these are called entresols. In English, we would call it a mezzanine. And these were rooms that were used to house the domestic staff. And so wherever we have a room with a lower ceiling, it is because above it is a servant's room that is hidden between the two floors. Now, why am I setting up this room without us restoring this room? Well, the restoration of this room will be part of the restoration of the other main rooms in this wing. And so for the moment, it's in quite good condition. We will leave it as it is and use it up until the point where we are ready to begin the restoration of it. Well, I feel like the office is finally really starting to come together. All the external hard drives are neatly organized, all their cables labeled, everything tucked away in the cupboard. But one of our other big electrical challenges in this room was how to light the room. We can't run any cabling through all the wood paneling through the boiserie because we can't cause any damage. This room is actually classé monument historique, so it has the highest level of heritage protection here in France. So our electricians came up with an ingenious solution to this. We now have wireless lighting. So our light switch is completely wireless. There is no wires running between the light and the light switch. But if you think getting electricity to this small office has been incredibly complicated, well, nothing compares to the amount of paperwork and admin that is involved in restoring this chateau. Not to mention all the different websites we need to access to administer the restoration project here, each with a different username and password. But what really freaks me out is hackers getting their hands on our personal and sensitive data. Recently, we received an email notification from a company that we have an online account with, advising that they had been the target of a cyber attack and that potentially our data had been compromised. It's happened to all of us, right? It's a nightmare. But thankfully, the team at NordVPN have come to the rescue and partnered with us to ensure our online world is now kept completely safe. One click and suddenly everything we do online is completely protected and secure. All our emails, uploading documents, signing contracts, uploading our weekly videos for you guys to watch. And not only here in my newly set up bureau, but also on all our devices, so our mobiles and laptops as well. But let's get back to this pesky data breach. By turning on NordVPN's dark web monitor, I'll now get alerts if any of my credentials appear on underground hacker websites. And from now on, I'm going to use the NordPass password generator. It will automatically generate secure passwords for me and autofill these passwords. NordVPN would also love to ensure that your online world is completely protected and secure, just as ours is here, and are offering you 4 bonus months with every 2-year plan. It's completely risk-free with their 30-day money-back guarantee. Just head over to nordvpn.com/Pernon. Now, if only NordVPN could help me file all these documents, well, one step at a time, I guess. But while I get on with this, remember to head over to nordvpn.com/Pernal, because let's be honest, we've all got better things to do than worry about our online security. So you may remember that about 2 years ago we installed the heating system here at Château de Pernal, and when we installed it we only activated the heating on the ground floor, in half of a section of the ground floor, the section that we were living in, but we provisioned for future use for the entire chateau. And we were very excited about when the day might come that we would finally have heating on the first floor. Well, that day has come nearly. This week the plumber has been here and he has installed all the piping for the heating system up to the first floor. So theoretically it is ready. Recently we reclaimed some radiators from a building site not far from here, and these radiators need to be prepared in time for Monday when the plumber comes back so that he can install heating on the first floor of the chateau for the first time in its history. Well, the radiators are looking so much better. Yesterday they had a clean with a high pressure hose, and then I undercoated them using Farrow and Ball's metal primer and undercoat in mid-tones. And today I am going to get the first layer of paint on them. So we are going to use Pavilion Grey in Dead Flat. The Dead Flat gives this lovely chalky matte finish, and this is the same paint colour and finish we've used up in the bibliothèque on the first floor, except we pair it with a slightly darker shaded colour as well, which is Lamp Room Grey. But the Pavilion Grey is the section of the wood panelling where the radiator will sit in front of. This is the radiator that is headed up there. The second radiator is for a bedroom up on the first floor, so the first time we will have a heated bedroom on the first floor. Very exciting. Let's get to work. So the electrician has just finished installing heating in this room. Oh my gosh, babe.
Oh, it's
you
fantastic.
can feel it already.
Yeah, it's already kicking in.
I wish you guys could feel how warm this is. No more jackets inside the house. Well, at least in this one room.
Well, it makes a big difference.
And so we're getting really close with this room actually. The bibliothèque, the big library that's been custom made, is nearly finished by our artisans. And in the next 2 weeks, we are going to spend a lot of time there painting it before its installation, and hopefully the installation will happen before Christmas.
So they go down there,
Yeah.
and it's great to have some heating in this room. It's beautiful.
So nice.
It's beautiful.
Oh, heat, what a joy. Do you want to feel the heat? It's nice, isn't it?
That's the little one.
It's so nice.
You're a good girl.
So nice and warm. Should we stay up
You've
here?
got your warm coat. You're okay. What about the rest of us though,
Should we
Truth?
stay up here?
Well, here we are back on the bridge, and the works are literally proceeding all around us. So it's great to feel the progress, and I think this week really it's a reminder of the importance of patience. It's been an important part of our journey so far. We've had to learn to be patient, and really seeing those radiators go in on the first floor is a reminder of that. It was really more than 2 years ago that we installed our biomass heating system. It replaced a very outdated system that we inherited here at the Château. It's a much more sustainable system. We did a lot of research to pick the best option for the long term for the Château. But in the last couple of years, it was really just using the radiators, or just heating the radiators that were already at the Château when we arrived. And so to have radiators extending now up onto the first floor, not just great for our peace of mind and for our comfort, but also a great reminder that if we're patient, good things will happen.
I mean, patience really was the theme of the week this week, wasn't it? Because it's taken nearly 6 years to get electricity into the office. And so for the last sort of 5.5 years working around that by using extension leads and not working under light at night and so on, it really is just all about patience. But the other huge change in the office that's made the office so much more comfortable is actually on the subject of heating, because the restoration of the windows and the shutters has meant that far less draft gets into the office now, and so the heating system is working really beautifully and the office is now very comfortable.
Well, that's good news for Flick and I. Certainly it's good news for Mademoiselle Truth. And remember, if you'd like to follow the restoration of Château de Pernon more closely, we post an exclusive weekly video for our Patreon and YouTube members. And for this week's video, we're going to share with you a little bit of the planning for the projects that are just about to start here at Château de Pernon, as well as for some of the longer term projects that we do get asked lots of questions about. So if you're interested in those, sign up to Patreon or as YouTube Patreon access members, and you can see that content as well as our other exclusive videos.
Otherwise, we post frequent updates on all our social media channels, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, or just hit the subscribe button, turn on your notifications, and we will keep you updated here. See you next week.